Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha and today's video I'm going to be doing a habits that I'm stopping in 2022. So there's this famous quote that says to do things that you've never done before, you have to become someone you have never been before. So for me to propel and be aligned with my goals and my visions and the things that I want to do in my life, I have to stop doing certain things so I could be that person. So in this video, I'm going to be listing the habits. So it could be 10 or 11, or I might just group them together, but these are the habits that I'm going to stop in 2022. First habit is constantly checking my phone. Oh, I'm always on my phone. Like, I'm always on Instagram, I'm always on TikTok, I'm always on Snapchat, and that needs to stop. That is a bad habit, and I hate doing it so much. When I'm on TikTok or Instagram, I just think, oh, you're doing that thing again, like you're on Instagram again, you're just scrolling on Instagram. And I feel like that's helped me a lot. I actually learned that book in Atomic Habits. It's kind of like day 2 of me practicing that, but I'm really hoping that in 2022 I completely just stop aimlessly scrolling on social media, because life is so beautiful. There's so much beauty in the present moment that I constantly miss out on, and I don't want to continue my life like that, just constantly scrolling aimlessly, snoozing. Like, if you know me, you know that I love a good sleep. So when I set a goal to wake up at 5 in the morning, I know realistically I'm waking up at 5:30, and I've been doing that for the past like 6 months, and it's not good. If I say 5 o'clock, I need to get up, out of the bed at 5 in the morning. So that's one habit that I need to stop doing. Snoozing, it does me no good, and every time I wake up a bit later, okay, the sleep was hitting, but to be honest, like, it wasn't worth it. I lose out on half an hour that I could have been productive, and yeah, it just doesn't serve me at all. So I'm gonna stop snoozing. When I set an alarm, I'm gonna wake up at that time. Third habit that I'm gonna stop doing is making excuses. I'm the queen of making excuses. If I don't do something, I just defend myself and say, oh yeah, well, this and that. No, girl, that needs to stop. I need to stop making excuses. If something's not done, I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's my fault. That's my fault. I'm just gonna take accountability, because like, I'm at an age now and I'm at a time where it's like, you can't keep making excuses. Like, if you continue to make excuses, you're never gonna take accountability. And yeah, that's definitely one habit that I'm gonna stop. The fourth habit that I'm gonna stop doing is not believing in myself. That has cost me so much in my life. Like, not believing in myself, not believing in my source. And like, if you ask me now, like, oh Samantha, do you believe in yourself? Of course I'll say yes. But not believing in myself has manifested in not going for the things that I think that I'm capable of, not going for the jobs that I think I'm capable of, not doing what I should be doing, because I'm just like, oof, I can't do this. And that's a really bad habit. Excuse my wine. I'm just gonna sip. Not believing in yourself directly affects your confidence. It directly affects what you're doing in life. It directly affects so many things. And that's definitely one habit that I'm gonna stop doing in 2022. I'm gonna just like hype myself up and everything. Like, yes, you can do this. If I don't do it, who will? No one. And that's facts. Fifth is hanging out with people that don't align to where I want to be. So I'm definitely gonna stop doing that, because it doesn't make sense. Like, kind of these habits, reading all these books, working out, eating right food, but I'm still hanging out with people that don't add on to who I am. It doesn't make sense. The sixth reason is listening to people that don't know what they're talking about, bro. All my life I've listened to people. All my life I've listened to my parents, I've listened to my friends, I've listened to the ones that love and care for me, and it has not got me nowhere. Like, honestly, it doesn't get you nowhere. And I'm so sick and tired of listening to people that don't know what they're talking about. Let me give you one example, right? So last week a friend of mine was like, Samantha, why do you like even bother like doing YouTube? Like there's actually no point, you've been doing it for so long, da, da, da. Then I was just like, well, I enjoy doing it. Like I have people that watch my videos and I enjoy doing it, so what's the issue? Then they're like, oh yeah, cool, like I get that. You know what, like I want to start doing a YouTube soon. And I was just like, these are the same people, right, who want to do what you're doing, but they tell you to stop doing it. Like it literally doesn't make any sense. And imagine if I was to listen to that person and think, oh, you know what, there's actually no point of me doing this, like, and then I close down my channel and then next minute they're doing, oh hi guys, I'm gonna do a Q&A. I'm gonna be feeling like shit because I've literally just listened to what they said and it doesn't make sense. Anytime I've ever listened to anyone, I've either regretted my decision. That's the 6th habit that I'll be stopping at. I'm no longer listening to people. I'm gonna follow my heart, trust and pray in God, and I know like I will be in the right places, the right spots, and I don't need to listen to any human being because we're just the same, you know, we bleed the same, we breathe the same air, so why should I listen to you? The 7th habit that I'm gonna stop doing in 2022 is not quickly acting on my intuition. This has happened so many times that like I'm just like, girl, you should have just listened to your intuition. It's like little things, or make sure you text this person, or like make sure you unplug this thing, or make sure you send this, and like things just manifest in a way where I'm like, oh my god, I should have just listened to my intuition. And I'm doing this more, and the more I'm doing this, the more like I'm trusting myself, the more like things are aligning in such a good way. So whenever my intuition tells me, you know what, Samantha, go and do this, I'm gonna quickly act on it because I know it's to my benefit and not my detriment, if that makes sense. So 8th thing, which I've actually worked on but needs a little bit more working on, is lateness. Past couple years, I've become super bad at being late. Like I could show up maybe an hour and a half late to an event and I'm like, sorry. You know, it's really bad, but I'm just gonna keep practicing on being on time. Not even being on time, because being on time is actually 15 minutes earlier. So I'm actually gonna practice like showing up to things like half an hour before the actual time. And yeah, it's hard, but I'm gonna try. 9th thing is complaining, crying and explaining myself. I'm gonna stop complaining because I feel like when I complain, like I just that's what it sounds like. Oh my god, life is so unfair. These things are always happening to me, and it's like, girl, stop complaining. Stop thinking that everything is not working towards your good. Like, and it's basically like manifesting. Like when you're complaining, you're sending out like really negative energy into the universe. And I realized like when I complain, I'm attracting more negative friends. I'm attracting more like bad things to happen, so I can complain more. And that's one thing that I'm gonna stop doing, like complaining. If something happens, I'm gonna be like, okay, cool, what can I do to improve this? Or like, how can I sort of like, how can I improve the situation, basically? Because life is gonna life regardless of who you are. Like if you are Obama, if you are Britney Spears, I mean, if you're Obama, if you're Beyonce, if you're like anyone, life is just gonna life. Like that's the reality of life. Life is just gonna life. So I'm gonna stop complaining. So in 2021, I cried. So now I realize that crying did not help me at all. Like, crying does not help a situation. It doesn't solve anything. If anything, you're causing yourself more anguish and heartache from crying. So that's one habit that I'm gonna stop in 2022. If you see me cry, my friend, please slap me because there's no reason to cry. Like, okay, bad situations happen, you know, but we have to keep moving. Like, we have to keep going. We have to keep gingering ourselves. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not a weak person. Like, I'm not weak. I'm not. So why should I cry? And the last point, explaining myself. I'm not gonna explain myself to motherfuckers no more. I'm not gonna explain anything. Like, I don't need to explain myself. Like, I don't need to explain my plans. I don't need to explain who I'm with. I don't need to explain what I'm doing. I don't need to explain anything. Because a lot of the times I'm so apologetic. Like, oh my God, I'm so sorry I didn't call you because I was in this really, I didn't feel like that. Girl, stop that. Half of these people don't care. They wouldn't. Okay, some people do care, but it's like fake care sort of thing, and that's not what I'm trying to do. Like, in 2022, I'm not explaining myself anymore. Last and final habit that I'm gonna stop doing in 2022 is not controlling my emotions. So that's how I'm gonna act when someone makes me angry. Like, I get so angry like so quickly, and it's such a bad thing because I've read somewhere, or was I listening to something, that when someone can get a reaction out of you, they are your master. And I don't want to have masters. Like, I want to receive news and be like, okay, cool. Like, I don't want to get angry anymore, because being angry takes so much time, it takes so much energy, and I just want to be in a place of peace. I want to be in a place where I'm happy. I want to be in a place where I can enjoy myself. And like what I said before, life is always gonna life, but you control how you react to things. So that's where I want to be, to be honest. I don't want to be quickly angered. I want to be able to control like how I feel. Like, if someone makes me angry, I'm like, okay, cool. It is what it is, you know? Can't be mad. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this habits that I'm gonna stop in 2022. If you guys have any habits that you want to stop in 2022, list them down below. I'd love to read what everyone is kind of like cutting out in 2022, and hopefully we can be each other's like accountability partners. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope to see you in my next video. Lots of love, peace and happiness, and I hope you all have a good 2022. Bye.